Alright, hi everybody, it's Bonkai922. My internet's a piece of crap. Piece of crap. It started Thursday, and it continued today. Let me just say this right now. Anyone who lives on the East Coast, in northern East Coast, if I had a good sum of money, I would move the fuck out of here and go west. I hate the winter. I hate the winter. I hate the fucking wind. I hate everything winter. Because of this bullshit weather, the fucking internet is slow as fuck. That's another story. Short of the end stick of it, I'm uploading 3 videos tomorrow. Later today. During the daytime. Because this weather sucks. Anyway. This is one of the 3 videos. Started a little rant there. Maoyuu Maou Yuusha. Episode 5. Review. This one was called You Smell Good, Demon King, and I Feel Safe in Your Arms, Hero. Basically, what happened in this episode, the beginning part of it, we have the merchants talking, and is basically the head merchant is talking about the war and his relationship or negotiations with Demon King and so on and so forth, and how they're profiting from the war. And as long as the war keeps going on, they're gonna profit. And the majority of this episode was really about the war itself, and the king's going and trying to get to. They're trying to get to this island called Bright Island. Bright Island. And they basically sent up ships to go to this island. But those ships get attacked by these giant squids. I figured I might as well talk about this first and then go into details about what happened with the Demon King, Mao, and Yuusha and everything else. And they got attacked, and mostly everyone died. Like all the ships got annihilated by these demon squids. They're basically giant squids. And when the guy whose father passed away came back, he was getting accused by the southern king of that southern area, and how he's having the life of luxury. Meanwhile, everything else is shit, more or less. And that's what basically happened there. That's pretty much what happened in that part of the situation in that area. And they were basically saying of a hero that's going, we need a new commander to head the charge of the war effort against the demons. The other part of the episode was obviously with Mao, Demon King, and she's having this interesting conversation with the female knight. Mao, Demon King, she decides to spill the beans. Relatively speaking, she told the female knight that, I'm the Demon King. And she, was a big surprise. I was like, what the fuck? She felt betrayed. She didn't want to lead this lie anymore. And she basically just came out and said it to the female knight that she's a Demon King. Now, female knight, in this regard, was kind of headstrong, and she took out her sword and everything and pointed to her. and saying for her to to say her sins in front of me as a, of the church light and everything. And she says, "Oh, all's forgiven." And basically, the relationship between Mao and the female knight now is friends, and saying that the female knight now saying that, oh, she's still going to fight for Yuusha, the hero, and not going to give him up, because it was Hero who came to the female knight to help. He was the one who told the female knight to go and to assist Demon King Mao in his absence. And that's the whole bit. And they're now friends and everything. That was the whole bit on that. After that, we had a thing with there was only a few other things that happened in the episode. After that, we have a scene with the head maid and the other maid saying Happy New Year because the festival's coming. Pretty much. And the younger sister made this tiny doll of Yuusha and gave it to, Mao, the Demon King. And the elder sister got her perfume, and even the elder sister got for the head maid an apron. Frilly apron. And pretty much the rest of the episode. Oh, there was one part I forgot to mention. Yuusha goes to a certain area where demons are being worked and treated poorly, and he saves this one demon girl from these rowdy soldiers, and he further sees this demon walking and saying these obscenities and horrible things, and tells the demon girl that of his situation with the Demon King and how he did not lose on purpose to her, and that there's a contract, but it's not that, oh, he won or lost. And basically he further goes into saying we need to stop this where if we win, if we lose, we become slaves. If you lose, you become slaves. That whole mindset. Later on, the festival's going on, and she's alone, Demon King, and she's thinking about Yuusha and everything, and he's right there in front of her bed. And she's like, ah! And then she takes the pillow and starts beating the pillow. Because obviously she was upset that he left. And he explains what he was doing here and there and on and so forth. And they have a huge argument, but the argument dies down and they eventually hear the music. I start dancing. It was a very, very, very emotional kind of scene. They almost kiss, but they don't. And the best thing I like about this episode, I'm giving it 4 out of 5, by the way, was that in this episode, there was a lot more intricacies with the war. You got to see more of the war, and you got to see what was going on. More importantly, you got to see what was going on with Yuusha and Mao, and how their relationship is getting full. Like they're there. They love each other to a certain extent. The master and and when the music ends, they then has to go out again on the move for the war effort and take down the gate. There's one gate that he's going to go in and defeat with the war. That armor he has on is so fucking beast. Oh man, that is the one thing about this episode I really like, when he wears that armor, and you get to see him wear that armor more often and see him with it, and so on and so forth. And he disappears, going to where he has to go, and see, last thing she says when he leaves, Mao says, "You are my light." That's what the hero is to her. He is her light in this effort to change the world. Now, next week, he goes and meets the old man. The old man is one of the members of his group that went to try to defeat the Demon King. What happened was, he ended up staying with the nobles, the kings, the old man. And in the next episode, Yuusha goes to them, meets up with them in that area. He goes back there. But this episode, like I said, was very good. I like how we went back to the relationship between Yuusha and Mao, Demon King, and the hero. And this was like a touchy-feely kind of moment. Kind of a moment that, was loving and endearing to them. And just really further cemented the relationship these two characters have. The hero and the Demon King. Female Demon King. And how the whole war, circling it in, basically explaining it in this episode to a further extent. And I liked that. I liked how they explained it and what it meant. If the humans won or the demons won, either side who wins this war, the opposite side is going to be taken over and used as and treated poorly. That's the whole bit, which goes to tell you what really the hero and the Demon King are trying to accomplish. They're trying to accomplish the place above the hill, a world where there isn't none of this, which is really hard to do when you come down to it, and it's a really crazy thing to wrap your head around, which I find even more interesting. I really love this show. It's different from Spice and Wolf. Not as some people would say it's not as good as Spice and Wolf. I would agree to a certain point, but I still love it. I still love this show. This show is fantastic. And I can't wait to see more of it. And like I said, next week we're going to get further in with the episodes. Like I said, this was episode 5. And I want to see more. It's going to get real good, I think. So, yeah. And that's all I got for you guys. So, this has been Bonkai 922. See you guys later. I'm sorry, but the little rant in the beginning with this fucking live stream, it got ruined because of this fucking weather. Wind. I'm pissed off. I hate the winter. And I hate this sea. Sorry about that. But anyway, this was a good episode, like I said. And tell me what you guys think about it. What are your real thoughts? I want to hear you guys your real thoughts on this show as a whole. What are your thoughts on it? Do you feel the same way as me with how the intricacy, the whole components of this show is? With the whole war and economics and agriculture. Are you really enjoying it? I want to hear what you guys think. And do you think Spice and Wolf is still better than this show? Or do you think this show is like a little bit better than Spice and Wolf? I want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. So yeah, it's been Bonkai 922. I'll see you guys later. The hero, man. OP as fuck with that armor. Yeah.